Yo, did you get? Incompetent president. Yo. Get supply and demand the change to bring the market into full economy. What is the fancy, Mr. Bwaka? We thought that Kafua was so much sophisticated in law. Only at the time to realize that Bwaka, that Kafua, is just another harmonization minister. Because as we speak, the harmonization that it campaign on is yet to be eradicated. So Mr. Kafua and Mr. Bwaka, they are dancing the part of the old order. Why is the change here? So for us at the level of the university, Mr. Bwaka and Kafua, they are squandered about 1 million. And the students are not in school, faculty lay down job. Where is our money? Jack Vicentine, the Controller General, echo to the world through the Senate plenary. That the university is yet to receive just allotment as $1 million. Life. The founder minister cannot be spread out money.
Tell you, bring back our 1 billion. Tell you.
So we are not interested into the gimmicks. Some politics that Mr. Kafua and Bwaka is playing with the people. And we are interested in here is to signal to the world today, to send a copy and communication to the world, and that communication will be champion, will be channeled to the man who controls the triangular section of our party, the man who supersedes the third congressional leadership that comprises of the Supreme Council, General Congress, and the Executive Committee or Committee of the ever-potent avant-garde progressive alliance of the state university. So, and that person is not other person but Comrade Adelah, Comrade Chikovina, Comrade Decent Brother, Chris Hani Allah, Justin Dawi Jalaba. You will be that one to channel the message today. Amanda! Manda! 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 Manda!
Amanda. 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 Viva, 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 egalitarianism, viva. Viva. Viva, 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 Mali PROSA, viva. Viva. Viva, 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 university students, viva. Viva. Manda. Manda. Distinguished progressive members of the Fourth Estate, and to the Liberian people following the various media outlets, and to the ideological militants and foot soldiers of the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the University of Liberia, we want to express our unflinching revolutionary salute to the Liberian people and to the students of the Republic for always trusting and expressing confidence in what has come to be known as the lone, authentic revolutionary campus-based institution in the youth and student community. And that is the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the University of Liberia. So, when there are compounded contradictions in the Republic, it becomes a compelling responsibility, a necessity, a revolutionary necessity, that our institution take our time to do scientific study of the unfoldings in the society and offer our opinion or our position on some of the critical issues. And so with the visible contradictions on the university campus and in the state, our institution has deemed it necessary to make her position clear on some critical issues. And for the record, the party will be speaking on few points, few bullet points. The institution will be speaking on the 1 million saga that the Ministry of Finance through the Minister of Finance is yet to account for. The institution will be speaking on the issue of the ID card. We listened to the president of the university a few days ago, and she said that it will not be possible, or she doesn't see the possibility of students receiving ID card for this semester. We'll also be speaking to the issue of allegation of torture of people who were allegedly involved into the arson attack or incident at the Capitol building. And lastly, the party will be speaking to what transpired at the National Identification Registry, where few individuals claiming to be partisans of the Unity Party stormed the premises of the National Identification Registry and brutalized workers and those who went there to do transaction with the state. And so we go into the conversation. The first and foremost, and what is very important, as we've been following the issue of the closure, as you may be aware, the University of Liberia should have opened few days ago. But there have been some issues that have served as obstacles or that have hindered the opening of the university. And what we want to say here to the Liberian people and to the students of the University of Liberia, we have to be very, very clear and smart enough. We should not be carried away by a pay-to-play activism. We must face the reality, we must face the real issues here. Yes, our institution, as a campus-based decent revolutionary movement, we have initiated and we have led the debate about the infrastructural transformation of the university. That has been our debate. Like when the new president, that Omapayan, took over the university, we were clear. And we made our position very clear. There were several times that we spoke to the president and we told the president that there are cascades of issues, mammoth issues here at the university that are needed to be resolved. And we highlighted and flagged some of the critical issues that students of the University of Liberia are faced with. But what we must say here, and we must be very, very clear, for us as a revolutionary movement, we take our time before our institution arrive at a decision. Before our institution arrive at a decision to call for anything called resignation, we take our time to do a proper study, a scientific study, get to understand the root cause and the real problem, and try to deal with it. And we must be very clear. Our institution in no way will come in defense of the president of the University of Liberia, who is also a reactionary. Down, Tata Mapayan, down, Tata Mapayan, down. Yes, and everything. Yes, and everything. Tata Mapayan. And so, we must face the facts and face the real issues. We listened a few days ago, we listened to people trying to cast the blame solely on the president of the University of Liberia. And we say here to the Liberian people, and we say to the students of the Republic, especially students of the University of Liberia, the issue of the university budget, the 2024 budget, the first thing the university requested, the university made a request for what we call budgetary improvement of $41 million US. And the university received 33 million. And within that budget, there was an amount stipulated within that budget, $1 million US, intended for renovation exercise of the University of Liberia. What is disheartening is a few days ago, when the president of the University of Liberia and the controller of the university were summoned by the legislature, and they appeared before the Liberian legislature, and they were asked some critical questions. And we listened to the controller general, the controller very clear, the controller of the university, that what was being reported has been stipulated or placed in the budget for the university, the $1 million, the university didn't receive that amount. And so we must ask the question, who stole the cookies from the cookies jar?
Yeah. Amen.
And that's the reason why our institution has seen it befitting and necessary to speak to the Liberian people and speak to the consciences of university students. Minister Gafuan, who is in charge of the fiscal affairs of the Republic, must now inform the state and inform the students of the University of Liberia on what happened to the $1 million United States dollars that was intended for the renovation exercise. And we must make this clear. If the University of Liberia should be improved or transformed, it should be under this rescue mission. Because you have a president of the Republic, who is an alumni of the University of Liberia. You have a minister of finance, who is also a former student leader of the University of Liberia. Not only that, he served as president of the University of Liberia Student Union. So he understands the challenges that students are faced with here at the State University. And so it becomes so pathetic and disheartening that the finance minister, who is in charge of the fiscal affairs of the Republic, responsible to ensure that resources are allocated to the University of Liberia for the improvement of the university, will be the same person trying to deny the university the chance of improvement.
Yes, on the Tennessee. Yes, on the Tennessee. What you shop for? What you shop for? What you shop for? Zero.
And for us as revolutionaries, we are well sophisticated and intelligent enough not to fall to the gimmicks and the chicanery of Gafuan intellectual justification of the missing or the questionable $1 million United States dollars. And so Mr. Gafuan has the responsibility now to inform the university students and inform the Liberian people what happened to the $1 million United States dollars. And now the university is closed. The university now is requesting for over 500,000 to start the semester to deal with the issue of the concerns that were being raised by the faculty association. Because the faculty association were very clear, they raised some germane and genuine points and gave reasons why they will not return to the classes. Why they will not return to classes until those demands can be met. And the president, in her statement, was very clear, and they have made a request that they need over 500,000 to kickstart the semesters. And now the Minister of Finance is clothed with that authority. They must be able to ensure that the students of the university can now go to school. Students of the university cannot be the victim of whatsoever financial foul play, of whatsoever fraud, financial fraud, of whatsoever scandal, whatsoever financial subterfuge. The students cannot be the victims. The university have been closed for over months. And time for the university to open, what we've realized is another situation where faculty have decided to lay down chalk, where the Minister of Finance cannot account for the $1 million that they said were placed in the budget. And we want to say that this is criminal in nature. And but now, if we have a serious and independent legislature, the Minister of Finance should be summoned to answer. Because anything that is approved in the national budget through the legislature, it becomes a legal instrument. So an attempt to bypass anything that is a legal instrument, it becomes criminal in nature, it becomes an offense. And so Minister Gafuan must be summoned to answer to what happened to the $1 million United States dollars. We actually thought that the University of Liberia would have been a priority on the rescue mission. Because the Unity Party officials, supporters, argued prior to taking state power that education would have been one of the paramount concerns. They would have placed education at the citadel of governance. They would have placed premier on education. To To our utmost surprise, this rescue mission, they have decided to play blind eye to the unfolding reality here at the State University. How can the University of Liberia be requesting for 500,000, a little amount of 500,000, and we have the president just globetrotting, traveling around the place with huge delegates, wasting taxpayers' money, wasting state resources, and bringing home nothing? We have a republic where the president is riding vehicles that worth over $1 million United States dollars, and we are talking about education that is very, very, very important, essential for the growth and development of any society. And up to now, the president has not seen it necessary to intervene in what is happening at the State University. Now the president has made another trip. He cares less about what is happening here at the State University. And that's the reason why we say we must face the reality and face the issue. That's the reason why our institution, we will not take any knee-jerk revolutionary initiative to arrive at the decision to call for the resignation of the president of the university. There must be sufficient reasons. And that's the reason why we say here to you, comrades, the Minister of Finance should be placed in the hot seat and should be answering questions for the missing $1 million United States dollars that were intended for renovation exercise. We listening to the president of the university. In order to do a complete renovation of the entire university, they are requesting for $3.9 million plus additional $300,000 for the complete renovation of the university. It is so saddening. It is sad that in this time, the University of Liberia will still be in the deplorable state. And up to now, the regime cannot see it fit and see it necessary to allocate funds that will transform the university. But now we should be talking about digital learning. But now our argument should not be about painting buildings. We are in a time of artificial intelligence. We are in a time where students should be having access to internet connectivity on the university campus. We are in a time where students the learning process, the learning activities here at the university should conform with modern day reality. Interestingly, the University of Liberia is still in a backward condition. It's still in a backward condition. And so the Minister of Finance is answerable to the students of the University of Liberia. And very soon, the students of the University of Liberia will be demanding answers from the Minister of Finance.
Tika.
There will be absolutely no intellectual justification for why it said that the Minister of Finance cannot account for the missing $1 million United States dollars. He must account. And every necessary fund that is intended for the university will be given to the university. And every fund that will be given to the university will make sure, as a revolutionary campus-based movement, we'll make sure we keep an eye on the administration here to ensure there is significant improvement here at the State University. We want to say here, there have been this hype about this Minister of Finance, that he have the fiscal prudence to preserve over the fiscal space of this republic. Interestingly, to our utmost surprise, we have noticed that the entire economy under Mr. Gaffwan, who is presiding over the fiscal atmosphere of our republic, the entire economy is overheating.
Overheating.
The entire economy under Mr. Gaffwan is overheating. Mr. Gaffwan has proven clearly that he has absolutely no control. No control on the issue of the major macroeconomic issues in the republic. With the huge macroeconomic instability within the republic, Mr. Gaffwan has proven that he has absolutely no control. The last time they see Minister Gaffwan was calling on the Liberian people to organize a prayer band to pray instead of making sound fiscal judgment that will improve the living condition of the masses of our people, that will help to transform the University of Liberia and the living condition of the state university. The minister is seen moving from one radio station to another radio station, providing intellectual justification. We say to Minister Gafon, there is absolutely no justification that you can provide that will go counter to the facts. You got truth crushed to the ground will always rise. And that's the reason why it is the responsibility is resting solely on Minister Gafon to ensure that what happened to the $1 million United States that was placed in the 2024 budget intended for the university renovation, Minister Gafon must give account. And we are calling on the national legislature to summon Minister Gafon to answer questions for what happened to the missing $1 million United States dollars. Who stole the cookies from the cookies jar? They must tell the students of the Republic. They must tell the students of the University of Liberia. And because of that single action, today it has led to the closure of the University of Liberia. Today students are sitting home. The university is closed. The faculty have raised major concerns on issue of salary, on their own conditions, on issue of buses. These are critical issues. Minister Gafon, as a former student leader here at the State University, should understand the challenges here. And there should be no action coming from the minister that will hamper or hinder the smooth operation here at the State University. And so, from the angle of the revolutionary avant-garde progressive alliance of the University of Liberia, so we want to say here, the minister has the obligation to provide answers to the students of the University of Liberia. And in the coming days, like I said to you, university students will be demanding answers from the Minister of Finance.
Manda,
And our institution, we will not allow this to go unnoticed. Any moment from now, few days from now, our institution will be writing international partners. You follow the U.S. State Department report 2024 on Liberia, how damaging it was. If these guys truly come here to rescue this country, it will be effectuated through their action and through their deeds. But clearly, it has been shown clearly that this particular rescue mission, they are on a mission to loot, to pillage state resources at the detriment of the masses of our people. Mr. Gafon is absolutely nothing but a decorated thief in court suit.
Amen.
And so we must face the fact and face the reality. And so your intellectual justification intended to mesmerize and hypnotize the Liberian people, for us we are way above that. You must answer to the hard questions. And so, like we said to you, there are other points. And we will be speaking to the issue of the ID card. It's unfortunate again, we listened to the president of the university a few days ago, that due to insufficient funds, the University of Liberia lacks the capacity to provide ID cards. ID cards for university students. And what we want to say here, the fees that students pay here as registration fee, within that particular, amongst the list of items that have been paid for the issue of ID card, is apart. It is sad that the state-run university, it is very, very sad that the state-run university, for more than 3 to 4 years, have not been able to issue ID cards to students. If the university is if the university truly wants and concerned about the security of the university, then you must issue identification cards to students. Those who are attending the university must be identified. Why is the university not providing ID cards for students? We think that it should be the simplest thing that the university should be able to provide the university students.
We even pay for it. Get our money back when no ID card.
There are people who came to the university from freshman up to senior level to be in possession of an ID card. Some of them are on the verge of graduating from the university. And we call this place the State Road University. And absolutely nobody is concerned. The state is not concerned. The president of the republic, who is a graduate of the university, is not concerned. And so we are using the public space in this medium. The various media outlets, we are using the public space to call on the president of the University of Liberia to ensure that ID card is being distributed to the students of the University of Liberia. We must have a decent learning environment here. There are other universities in the sub-region. They are way above the pettiness that we offer here at the State University. And so we say the university must conform to modern day reality. The university learning system here must conform to modernity. How in the 21st century, how in this time and age, we will still be talking about ID card as university students?
Yo, 200 LD for ID card. Yo. University student need ID card. Yo.
And so it is criminal in nature to demand that the students will pay for ID card and they cannot receive or be in possession of ID card. And so the president of the university must understand that it is the responsibility of the administration to ensure that ID card is being provided to students of the University of Liberia. If the university will transform, if the university will improve, it requires the effort of everyone. And that's the reason why our institution has a decent campus-based revolutionary movement. We have always been a partner in progress. We have always been a partner trying to make recommendations, sound recommendations to the administration of the university to see how best the university can be improved to a standard where people will be encouraged to attend the State University, where people will be encouraged to trust the learning facility, to trust the education being provided here at the State University. And so, again, we want to say to the president of the University of Liberia, the issue of ID card cannot be compromised. And this will be an initiative. It will be an endeavor launched by the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the University of Europe, demanding that all students from freshman level receive ID cards. And so, and so in furtherance, our institution will stand here to strongly condemn what we refer to as an act of lawlessness, what we refer to as an act of recalcitrance on the part of people who are believed to be supporters of the Unity Party. Liberia is a country of law. If there are grievances and there are issues, those issues should be resolved through the rightful channel. But the republic has been reduced under the rescue mission where people will take the law in their own hands. We saw a few days ago how supporters of the Unity Party stormed the premises of the National Identification Registry, brutalizing records, brutalizing peaceful Liberians. And up to now, there have been no investigation. Up to now, nobody has been held accountable for what transpired. We want to say here, we call on the to ensure that a full-scale investigation is launched into what transpired at the National Identification Registry. And all those that were involved in that act of gangsterism, must be brought to book. Because it is a
down, lawlessness down, UP stooges down. Viva, the rule of law, viva.
Because it is a dangerous and bad precedent that is about to be set in our republic. That instead of using the law, any political party that is in power can use its supporters to carry on attitude or act of lawlessness and allow them to go with impunity. And so we want to call on the Minister of Justice, the Liberia National Police, to launch an investigation into what transpired at the National Investigation Registry. And our institution will be demanding the outcome of that particular investigation, and all those involved will be brought to book. They must be able to account for their actions. That will set a precedent that nobody, no political party supporter, can carry on any act of lawlessness and go with impunity in this country. And so lastly, our institution will want to speak to the most talked about arson case. The fire incident at the Capitol building. We've been following that particular incident. That investigation has lasted for over a period. A few days ago, some of those individuals who were allegedly involved and being indicted by the state. A few days ago, we listened to some of them testifying of how they were being inhumanely treated. They were being subjected to humiliation and annihilation. They were being subjected to torture. And so, we want to say here to the Republic, we want to call on international partners and international investigators. Because even the guys who were testifying of being tortured, they don't trust the report coming from GFK, and they consider that report to be a compromised report. And so we are calling on the international community, international partners, to get involved, to launch a forensic investigation into that particular situation. There should be proper medical scrutiny of all those who have been subjected to torture. Because if that is the case, and if this is the way this particular regime wants to proceed, then it is becoming dangerous. And the reason why we are concerned is because it is Liberians that are involved. And not only that, because if we sit and allow the regime to proceed in such a dangerous fashion, it means that tomorrow critical voices can be arrested and subjected to torture. The guy never Tennessee. Torturing. Down. Torturing down. Viva. Viva. And Liberia is a signatory to many international treaties that forbade the issue of torture, subjecting people to torture just to acquire evidence. Is wrong. It's against the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And so we are calling on the international community to intervene. There should be an independent medical examination on all those individuals who have testified of torture. Some of them even testified that they were being sodomized. They were being subjected to abuse. And you know the psychological effect and the psychological damage that it has. And so we say to the regime, in your quest to investigate what led to the burning of the Capitol building, you must not put people or subject people to torture or any inhumane act just to extract evidence from them. It is wrong. And that's the reason why we want to say the international community must not ignore what is happening on the home front. Because this is a very bad precedent. A very, very dangerous precedent. That the United Party regime can now keep people in custody and subject them to torture. It is wrong. And Liberia must conform, Liberia must obey international treaties that forbade the issue of torture. Subjecting people to torture to get or to extract evidence. And so, ladies and gentlemen of the press, We want to say to you, progressive members of the Fourth Estate, who have always made it a duty that whenever our institution informed the Republic of a press conference to speak to the Liberian people on critical issues, you always make yourself available to ensure that you gather our perspective and position on issues. We want to say we salute you. We want to say we salute the four soldiers and the militants of the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the University of Liberia.
So,
Those who were here yesterday, who laid the solid foundation of egalitarianism. Those who are still in the trenches and in the corridor of activism. To the militants of the Avant-Garde Party and the Revolutionary Four Soldiers, we say to you, we salute.